Today is the second day of COM25 here at UN ECA. Today we focused on three main areas. The first area was basically trying to understand the benefit of digitization. How, for example, the ICT sector contributes to the economy in terms of making our economies more efficient, improving communication, but also being a source of tax revenue, which is used to support the delivery of public services. But of course, this calls for regulators to be adept, to be able to catch up with fast-paced development in the digitalization space. We also obviously discussed the artificial intelligence explosion, the progress being made there, and how, as countries, we could benefit from it, and also the challenges of trying to collect tax revenues from social media content. It's never easy. Also, questions are asked about how we begin to regulate cryptocurrency better, to make sure that, again, there's a fair share of revenues coming out of that, or at least it's just better regulation. We notice now in the United States, for example, cryptocurrency is being proposed as a reserve asset as well. So there's quite a lot of progress, and we need to catch up with the regulatory environment. We then also discussed the role of special economic zones in supporting the regional integration agenda, in supporting the African continental free trade area, but just in supporting industrialization, because we ought to be able to trade finished goods or beneficiated goods across African countries for the African continental free trade area to be meaningful. Otherwise, then we are stuck with primary commodities. So this was discussed. It is quite clear that as African countries, we ought to take the issue of special economic zones seriously, and as governments invest in the infrastructure that supports these special economic zones, so that we're able to cluster various industries for us to move them to a higher level of productivity. That clustering creates certain efficiencies and will create highly valued goods for export purposes. But of course, we have to make sure these goods can be transported, which really links to where we started this COM25 in terms of the infrastructure for moving the goods around through rail, through roads, but also being able to bolster our payment systems in a way that allows us to rely less on hard foreign currencies and foreign banks, but rely more on domestically developed solutions, such as the African payment system, which we've been supporting here. Also, we have to support this through the movement of people, projects around the movement, free movement of people, lowering tariffs, making sure that it is easy for these goods to be brought across our various boundaries. Where we ended up today was, of course, in adopting various resolutions. One of the resolutions was that we, as finance ministers, should support the resource mobilization efforts of the UN ECA. It plays a very crucial role in advising us in terms of